Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today's yoga practice is going to be yoga for tired legs. So if you've been standing a lot today, if you've been even seated quite a lot, you might find you get kind of achy, sore, tired legs. So this practice is going to be really gentle, mostly on our back, and you might need some props. So you want a strap. If you don't have like a yoga strap, you can use a towel, a tie, a belt. But you want it quite long, like you don't want to end up kind of climbing up it. So make sure you've got a nice long strap, and then either a pillow, a block, or like a book or something you can elevate your hips later on. So we're going to start lying on our back, and I've just popped a blanket by my head because we're going to be here for a little while. So if you want to like pop a pillow underneath your head for like extra comfort, please go for it. So you want to make sure you're nice and comfortable in the head and neck. Lovely. From here, we're going to start with the strap. So making sure you've got your strap to hand, and then bringing the right knee in towards the chest. Awesome. Keep your left sole of foot onto the mat for the moment, and gently squeezing the knee in towards the chest, or more towards the armpit if that feels better on the ribs and you want to kind of avoid the chest area. Notice how that feels on the lower back, on the glute. Wonderful. And then rolling out through the ankle a few times one way and the opposite way. Lovely. Just kind of loosening up the ankle and like the lower leg area. Perfect. From here, grab a hold of your strap, and you want to place the strap on the ball of your foot, so just underneath the toes, and then lengthen the leg up towards the sky. So you want your leg completely straight. If you start to do this kind of climbing up strap, just slide your hands down and allow yourself to relax. Like what happens if you just allow yourself to have a little bit more kind of comfort in the pose. Lovely. And then pulling the toes towards the face. Now if you're over efforting, you bend the knee and you're kind of shaking like this. Chill out, straighten the leg. The leg can be all the way down here if you need. If you're feeling the stretch there, be there. But for some of us, we'll kind of maybe be here, maybe even higher if you're quite open in the back of the leg. Wonderful. Awesome. You can totally stay here with your left foot flat, or maybe you lengthen the left leg out. Makes it a little bit more intense though. Lovely. Kicking the heel to the sky, and then imagine the femur bone, so your thigh bone, drawing back into the pelvis, like dropping back into the pelvis. And you want to find like a 7 out of 10 kind of stretch. So just a little something, but nothing too unbearable. Remember, like if your legs are tired, you don't want to overstretch and overdo it. So keep the energy at like a nice level. Lovely. Relaxing the shoulders. Even I was a bit high up on the strap there, like your elbows can be all the way down on the mat. You might find you can start to pull the toes a little bit closer to the face as you really open up through the back of the leg. Good. Take a nice big breath. And as you exhale, bending the knee, you're going to bring your left sole of foot to the mat if it's not there already. Remove your strap. And then you're going to place the right ankle over the left knee and let the knee drop out to the side. So for some of us, this might be enough of a stretch, and you can hold it here, or bringing the knees in a little bit closer, grab the back of your left thigh, or maybe your left shin if you want a little bit more intensity. But again, head and shoulders remain on the mat. Like check in with your head and shoulders and just make sure the neck's nice and relaxed, the jaw is relaxed. And then hugging it in. So you start to feel it onto the outer right hip, a little bit into the glute. Having this idea that the right knee is dropping forwards. Lovely. Take one more breath in here. And as you exhale, release. Placing your right sole of foot onto the mat. Let's do the same on the left. So left knee in, give it a little hug. Notice how that feels on this side. How does that feel on your hip crease? On the lower back. Good, and then rolling out the ankle one way a couple of times, just getting some blood flow down to the lower leg and the foot, and then circling the opposite way. Might have a few like pops and clicks in the ankles. Lovely. Give it another little squeeze, and then grabbing a hold of that strap again. Ball of the foot on this side. Lengthen the legs up, leg up towards the sky. Make sure you're not kind of climbing up the strap. Slide your hands down so the shoulders can relax. Good. And then pulling the toes a little closer to the face, or just kind of at a nice level. The thigh bone is dropping back into the pelvis, back towards the mat. And if you'd like to slide that right foot away, go ahead. Just notice if you have any differences on your left and your right. So often with like stretching and things, people tend to do it in front of the TV and stuff, and that is completely fine. But sometimes it's nice to like really pay attention to what is going on in your body. It's really important. Noticing like those subtle differences and stuff. So again, notice if you habitually try to do too much and put in too much effort. Let it go. Be kind to yourself. Lovely. Taking one more breath. Exhale, bending the knee. Place your right sole of foot to the mat. Remove your strap. And then crossing that left ankle over the right knee. Decide where you want it on this side. Maybe just holding it here is quite nice for you today. Maybe we want the thigh or the shin. Check in with shoulders. And allow the lower back to really kind of release across the mat. And again, listening to where the sensation is and breathing into that space. Keeping the breath at a natural pace. Good. Take another breath here. And as you exhale, release. Bring the legs up towards the sky and then give the ankles a little bit of a roll out. Lovely. Good. Bringing the knees in towards the chest here. Lovely. Let's go for a gentle happy baby. So for some of us, happy baby, we have the soles of the feet to the sky and we grab the back of the thighs, pulling the knees down towards the armpits. Maybe you can grab the ankles or the feet. Keep the lower back on the mat. And this does our hips a little bit as well, but also kind of the hamstring, maybe the groin area. Nice and gentle again. Just like a happy baby, you can't lift your head yet, so keep your head nice and relaxed. Wonderful. Good, and then bringing the knees in towards the chest. Gently rock up and down the length of the spine a few times to rock and roll to an all fours position. So set yourself up with hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And then from here, you're going to extend your right leg back in space, pushing through that heel. So you're getting into the calf a little bit. Good. Sending the breath all the way down and out through that right heel. Good. And then switching on over. So left leg extends. Take a little rock if that works for you. sending the breath all the way down and out that heel. Good. From here, bringing the knee back. From here, let's take a little quad stretch. So lifting the right knee and bending it up towards the sky. Good. Find your balance here. Left hand reaches back for the foot. Good. Once you've got that connection, press the foot into the hand into the foot, opening out through the front of the thigh. Good. One more breath. Exhale, release. Let's do the opposite side. So lifting that left knee, bending it up to the sky. Find your balance. And then reaching back with the right hand to grab a hold of the foot. Foot into the hand into the foot, opening out through that quad. Big group of muscles in the front of that thigh. Lovely. Big breath in. And as you exhale, release the foot, bring it on down. Tucking the toes, let's find a brief downward facing dog. So sending the sit bones back and up and taking a light pedal out of the feet. So dropping one heel and then the other. Let the head be easy and free. Just kind of let the head kind of hang. Lovely. Teasing out any tension in the back of the legs. Wonderful. And then from here, bringing your big toes together, dropping the knees, dropping the forehead, coming down to child's. Feeling that light stretch through the shin, the top of the foot. Lovely. Walking the hands back towards you, coming to a kneeling position. This might be quite a stretch for the front of the thigh for some of us. And then we're going to come onto our bum. So swing the legs out in front of you. Bring your hands behind, kind of like a lazy reverse up dog, I guess. Shake your toes and just allow your legs to really kind of relax. Have a little tap out on the back of the knees as well. Awesome. From here, we're going to come down onto our back and we're going to elevate our hips. So this one is really nice to do up against a wall, so you can bring your feet up a wall. Otherwise, if you're kind of in the middle of the room like I am, come on down to the back and then you want to prop up your hips with your pillow or your block, 2 blocks. If you're lucky enough to have a bolster, pop a bolster underneath the bum. And then you're going to send the legs up towards the sky. Soft bend in the knees. Anything too rigid, this is going to be too kind of labouring, and our legs are already tired. Give them a break. So soften the knees, relax the feet. Hands can rest on your front body. I quite like to have them behind my head. Just like you're kind of dangling from the ceiling. Maybe taking a little roll out of the ankles. You can like fan out the toes, point and flex the feet. So if you have been standing or walking or even sitting a lot today, you might find that your feet swell up, or like your lower leg swells up, where the blood is kind of being drawn down to the lower half of the body by gravity. And this just gets that blood flow back towards the heart. So it also helps out our heart quite a lot. It's a really nice restorative pose. And then relax the feet wherever you are. Close the eyes. Noticing any movement in the feet if you're just kind of dangling in the middle of the room. If you've got your feet up against the wall, lovely. You can just allow the legs to be even more relaxed and heavy. Big breath in. And sigh out that tension. You're welcome to stay here for a few extra minutes if this feels good to you. Otherwise, we're going to bring the knees in towards the chest. landing the feet down. Lovely. Removing the block from underneath you. Bring yourself back to earth, and then we're just going to roll to one side just so we don't get a bit of a head rush. So rolling over to one side, use your arm or your hand as a pillow, and just take a few breaths here. Notice how you feel. And then slowly and mindfully coming up to a seated position. Cross-legged, kneeling, you can have your legs out straight. Relax your hands, take a breath. Sigh it on out. Bringing hands together at heart center. Bowing the head to the heart and thank yourself for taking the time out of your day to look after your body. Thank you so much for sharing this practice with me today. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you have any video requests, please do leave them in the comments below. Drop this video a like if you liked it. It really helps to support my channel, and I will see you on tomorrow's practice. Bye guys.